Let's move on and invite the management of Krishna Institute of Medical Sciences, KIMS, as they call it. That's the next corporate on our radar today. Now, the stock has seen a stellar performance this year. It's up 50% in the last 6 months. The company recently made further investments in Kondapur Healthcare and has brought another 11.5% stake in Kondapur Healthcare, taking their overall stake to 28%. B Bhaskara Rao, the managing director at KIMS, is now with us on the show. Mr. Rao, morning, and thank you very much for joining in. First, if you could talk about your investment in Kondapur Healthcare. You currently hold 28.8%. Do you want to increase your stake further so you have a controlling holding in this particular, in this investment? And the rationale behind it, what do you hope to get out of this investment?
The Kondapur, we have a listed company, has an existing subsidiary, 91% stake as of now. Now that is running around 90-92% occupancy. And there is a lot of scope for the KIMS to grow in that area, in that geography. That's why there was a big of 6 lakh square feet is coming. We are able to accommodate 600 beds in that space. Right now, what we have is only 200 beds. Now, in that, later on, we want to, once the entire building is ready, we would like to take it on a lease, a rental basis, and enable to run it for some time. Later date, we can able to see whether we can able to buy and merge into KIMS Kondapur. Because these in 91% of KIMS, 9% is only the other doctors who are working in that entity is having that stake. So they love to have in the same area and to build the healthcare there in the geography. In that, that's why we have an opportunity to invest 28% of the stake. But over a period of time, maybe we can able to increase depending upon the requirement of the construction, both equity and debt, what they need. If there is any requirement, KIMS subsidiary would like to invest further. May not be for next till it will take about 25 March is the line that we have been put in, that the entire construction will be over. Till that time, we will be around less than 30-35%, unless it forces us to invest more if there is a need of either banks are not funding or anything. Otherwise,
right.
we
Mr.
will
Rao,
stay as it is right now.
Got it.
But we won't go into the majority of the stake in the next 2 to 3 years.
Okay, you can go
Once
up to 35%.
we shift over there, and then we will decide whether it will be worth. So basically, we want to see a asset-light model in that area, and later on, once the capabilities is there, then we'll be able to work on that. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Rao, good morning. Good morning. So you have a hospital, a 200-bed hospital, which has been functioning, right, for the last many years.
Yes.
In that venture, you have 91%. This is a new hospital which is coming up in the same region, maybe close by.
Away.
Okay, yes. So pretty much the same complex, almost contiguous. And in this you have 28%. You can go up to 35% by 25 if need be, is what you're saying. And once this is constructed, this is a greenfield project. How many beds will this have? And once this is completed, including any expansion at the existing 200-bed facility, how many beds will you have in Kondapur?
In Kondapur, once this is finished, it is a 600-bed hospital. So that will be a good size in the geography. Right now, we have only 200 beds. Most probably at that time, whether we are happy with that 600 beds, we may able to close the existing, which is a rental building, and then we will shift the entire thing towards the new facility.
Got it. All right.
We are not able to add few more specialities there because lack of beds. So those specialities we can add once we have a 600 beds there.
Got it. Okay. All right. Mr. Rao, I want to talk about a couple of other acquisitions that you did. And I'm looking at a brokerage note that's from IIFL. They're talking about the Sunshine acquisition that you've done in the recent past, as well as the Kingsway Hospital. Now, they've given some estimates. By 2026, they believe that on Sunshine, the EBITDA could go to around 200 crores. I think the last recorded number was around 85 crores. And, on the Nagpur hospital, I think it was around 5-6 crores, or they believe it can go to 55 to 60 crores. You agree?
So what is happening is the Sunshine have two facilities. One in the Paradise, another one is the Gachibowli. The Paradise facility is pretty old facility where we could not able to attract good talent, and it is a rundown the facility. So we bought one more facility nearby to that existing facility, which we are going to on the way to shift to the new facility. That got delayed about 1 or 2 quarters. Once that facility has been shifted, there is a new talent which are already identified. They are coming and joining, and then we are very pretty confident that we can able to scale up to what we are achieving when we bought the Sunshine Hospital. We are 100% sure that we will be able to achieve. The Gachibowli is also a small facility, about 250 beds. We were able to operational efficiency made with the high-end cost of the doctors we have removed, and we are recruiting more and more talent. That is also, as we expected, it is keep going up. So we are pretty confident, maybe 1 or 2 quarters this way or that way, we will achieve what we are expecting to do that.
So what's the current capacity at KIMS? And once all this expansion comes on stream with your new investments in hospitals, etc., what would the bed capacity at KIMS be? Why your subsidiary and your investments?
Sorry, come again?
Mr. Rao wanted to understand what is the current capacity across, all the regions and hospitals, and once all this increased capacity, increased beds come on stream, whether it's in Gachibowli, Begumport, or even in Kondapur, what would the total beds at KIMS stand at?
So as of now, we have 4,000 beds. In next 2 to 3 years, we are going to increase up to nearly another 3,000 beds. Out of these 3,000 beds, nearly 1,200 beds are going to come in the existing facilities itself in Andhra and Telangana. Nearly 1,800 beds are coming from Maharashtra and Karnataka, maybe Tamil Nadu.
Okay. And sir, all this investment to increase your bed count by an additional 3,000, how will you be investing? What's the amount that KIMS will require to spend to increase this? And would you be open? Would you be interested? Do you think you will require some incremental funding coming through?
No, we don't require any incremental funding. Whatever is the internal accruals that we are getting, in the next 3 years, we may be having around nearly 1,500 crores of the cash that will come into the internal accruals. And another maybe 1,000 crores if we take it as a debt, that will be enough to fund all these 3,000 beds.
Right, Mr. Rao, so all of this, right, will come into fruition sometime in FY26. I mean, if one looks at your revenue growth, I think in FY23, actually, if you look at the EBITDA growth, that was about 19% in FY23. Could you tell us how this will shape up, say, not in 24 but 25? And I was looking at estimates by analysts who cover, your company. The kicker will come in FY26, I believe, if you can confirm that.
So 25 January onwards, we are expecting a few of the beds are going to functional, at least 600 beds in Andhra and Telangana, and maybe another 600, 700 beds in other states, Maharashtra and Bangalore. Maybe this is the one we are expecting by first quarter of 26, that is 25 January, maybe fourth quarter of 25th. And from there onwards, every 6 months, maybe we'll keep adding another 300 to 400 beds in every 6 months. That's how in 3 years period, we'll be able to add 3,000 beds.
3,000 beds. Okay, got that. Mr. Rao, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for your time. Good speaking with you, sir. And appreciate you joining us here on CNBC-TV18. Thank you.